constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Spartans will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 39 after a good return on that one. Making side adjustments here. They'll start this drive with a pass. It's complete on the right side. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
The Vols in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Steps away to find some room. He's going to fire to the left. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Trying to take it back. And the return man just kept finding alleys to run in, and he gets it to the 46-yard line.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll toss it to the left. Across the 35. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
Not overly complicated, not something the OC spent the whole summer designing. I take the ball, and I toss it to my fast guy, get him on the perimeter, block it up good. My wide receivers commit to blocking, and boom, make a big play.
And the Spartans come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy, man. He is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Turning it on. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. Headed to the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Sparty! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Snap in the shotgun. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's got it on the right, and he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
They'll try to power their way ahead. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
I like the way this offense is ending the first half. Like putting a good drive together. I like the running down here in this area. You got to be physical in this part of the field. You've got a good lead. You've got a chance to go in the half with more momentum, continue to run the ball, eat the clock, and put some points on the board.
No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on 4th down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. That may seem like a really aggressive call, but David, you settle for 3 there. It's like handing a win to the defense.
Yeah, and I like aggressive. Aggressive is good for offenses, and we've seen it time and time again. You get beat when you kick field goals. That's something that you look back, it's a big stat, so I like the aggressiveness.
Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan State. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Here he comes from his own end zone. Tier offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Wants to fire on second down. A little release to the back. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Might be calling a hot route. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off play action. Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. The give is to Williams. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a 1st down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
The Spartans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. He tries to take the top off. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looks as if he's going to run it. Oh, it's a fumble. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Back to pass. Buying some time. And to get rid of it quickly. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off the spot. He gets outside the pocket. And a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Rolls it in. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Running to the left. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't going to happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
The Volunteers are marching down the field. They think there's room to run to the right here. At the 20, he's got space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
And the Spartans, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
What a great response by this defense. You give up the big play. What do? You respond right back. You get upfield, get to the quarterback, get the negative play, and get the momentum right back.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on second and long. Catch in the middle, it's Mung. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
All right, defense, it ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
The Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the left side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. It'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Spartans. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out and be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Looking downfield on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run. But that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Volunteers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And the Vols will try to pick it up on 4th down. They'll send the tight end in motion. On 4th down, going to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
To the air on 1st down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his big tight end. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
The Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. Breaks the tackle. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Motion from the back. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced than a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Touch pass on the run. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense in a bunch formation. Second down, he'll throw it. Now adjusting. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
This has been the unending drive. It has gone on forever. It has chewed clock, but now it faces 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there at that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This one will be a 45-yard attempt, and he'll kick it from the left side. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Volunteers will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Williams. Shakes off the defender. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Volunteers will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They started this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gossett. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Gonna look downfield again. Pocket breaking down. With the catch, it's Williams. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2 possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And the Spartans are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Gossett. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Wants to go up top. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Sparty. Fired in from the red zone for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
and he'll bring it out of the end zone. Makes a move, and the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. So here is the Tennessee offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo.
The defense sort of hurts this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage for a loss.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
And the Vols now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on fourth down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets it out fast. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Going to sling it on second down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Looking to throw again. Another incompletion on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught over the middle. It's Burr. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Vols moving quickly to the line. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Burr. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They had this thing in a hammer lock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. They're going to ride this running back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. It's Williams. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. The Spartans very efficient with this passing game.
You like that, Reese? You like that? I think so. This is an offense that, listen, when you've got a guy back there that can be efficient. Make no mistake, they're going to run the football, but when you get that Kirk Cousins guys, you start to really like the offense.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy from us.
The Spartans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
I feel like this defense really needed that, man. They need a shot in the arm. They've had some bad possessions, not been great. Nice job getting to the quarterback. Get him in a predictable 3rd and long situations where now you can unleash that pass rush.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Escapes it. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
I got to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a defense contain this quarterback the way this defense has in this game today. Multiple sacks. They have been so disruptive. Multiple guys up front winning their one-on-ones. You got to give the D coordinator a ton of credit. He has dialed up the perfect plays and the perfect moments, and they have made this guy's life a living nightmare today.
We've reached a break, and Michigan State has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. And the Spartans will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt is on its way. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Can't make the catch. It's incomplete, and that drop might have cost him a big play on first down. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Working that left side now.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
The Volunteers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the big fella. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Looking to throw on first down. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Touchdown, Michigan State. The defense takes matters into its own hands. Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Purdue is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Bob Greasy, this might not be over just yet. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Memphis. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man down the middle. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
Well, if you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've had for this guy at wide receiver. He is one of the best in the entire country with his speed and his athleticism, but they have had a plan for him, whether it's man coverage, zone, they've been able to double him, they've been able to change up the looks, and they have not been able to get him involved in the game, and that's why they're going to win this one.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on second down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. At the 35, he's got room. Oh, not a
this has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Leaves it with the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Gets the back moving. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Tight end finds a soft spot. Touchdown ball! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but, man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
The Spartans have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They want that clock to run. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
They'll snap it from the 30 on 1st down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. It's Hurley. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the 1st down before they finally get him on the ground. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision. And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Gossett. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets drilled as he releases it. The ball just trickles to the ground.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a double? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook. So let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? They just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Using the quick game. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Motion from the wideout. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Going to try to get it himself. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Fakes to grab. Oh, he's got some space. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. And the Volunteers will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Burrow. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. second down, they'll go to the air. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like, they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one.